Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, it is great to be back at it, back at the show. Good to see you guys all here. Brady, Jeff, Bruce, my mama, and Bruce again. So, how is everybody doing? It is a lovely day in Western Colorado. Mike P, what's happening? Nice, right in South Fork. Mike lives over in South Fork, which is a beautiful place. Mike, I got a question. How crazy expensive is South Fork to buy real estate right now? It looked like it was less crazy than where I live and other places in the state because there actually was stuff for sale. Roger heard what's happening. Kim Paxton, I'm glad you liked the. First of all, how's it going? The picture. The so she's talking about the picture for the thing. I believe it's the one. I gotta look here. Sorry. Uh, for I was on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Okay. So there you guys go. If we can. Oh. Anyway. Um. And that was on the top of a mountain off of the Bass Creek Trail. If you guys haven't ever ridden Idaho, you got to do it. Mike Klinger, Mike Barnato, Chris Cooley, Keith McQueen, what is up? I mean, it's the second year I've been there. It is just brilliant. But hang on, I'm gonna try to tone this down, see if I can't keep the camera from freaking out. Biker Sasquatch, what's happening? Max Balo, what's going on? So Kim, the M59 is what I was running for the front. She asked which tire I was using, and actually, it's a perfect time to talk about tire choice for Idaho and mountains like that, which I would say our high mountains around here are the same as Idaho as far as what would be a great tire. So M59 up front, hands down, no questions. That's just the best front tire I've ever used. Back tire, Kenda Gauntlet again for the win. It was amazing. It just hooked up everywhere. If you watch some of the video, I mean, you hear obviously me spinning the tire, but that's not the tire's fault. That's my fault. But it hooked up when it needed to hook up, and it really worked well. It's pretty well finished. And so it's that had 3 days of Idaho, 90-mile day and two 70-mile days. Had a 70-mile day in Rico and a couple shorter days on the plateau. And then that was it. M59 and VE33 Dakota, best for the loose silt stuff. Get outdoors. I bet that the VE33 is good in the loose stuff. I never really liked that tire. It came apart too fast. Yeah. It was the knobs were coming off. The thing about the Gauntlet I liked is the knobs wore down really quickly, but they stayed in place, and they look like they're tearing. They're starting to tear, but they're still there, which is good. Keith McQueen 305 Moose for the Gauntlet for the 130/80/18 Gauntlet. And it's tight when it's brand new, but it fits. It works good, sets in, and then is good. And that's actually the exact setup I got on my 125 to go race this weekend. By the way, we're going racing this weekend. If anybody's going to be in Monte Vista, Colorado for the Weeby Hare Scramble / RMEC race, and it's actually not a hare scramble, it's going to be an RMEC enduro, I guess it's like a restart. I don't know. It's whatever. It's an enduro. It's one loop, lots of times, and it starts at certain times. I don't know, whatever. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to be down there. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, there we go. Mike P. If anyone needs info on South Fork, just message me. Absolutely. Also, guys, I have my tracks from racing in for the Shady Burrow. I'm happy to share those. If you guys want them, just email me, morgan@highland-cycles.com, and get a hold of me. Roger Heard, Bridgestone ED11 front. You know what? I don't know. I've never run the ED11 front. I'd like to try it. I've run the ED78 rear, but I've never run the front. Are they still making it? Like I haven't seen it in forever. Mike Cole, good morning. Excited to hear about your Idaho trip, and my RC sucked on the side hills. Yeah, I quit running it after like 2 rides on the IRC. Um, I so the gauntlet did great on the side hills, by the way. My mom says, random thought, your mustache makes me think of a barbershop quartet. That's hilarious. Especially since I can't sing, but that's awesome. I love you, Mama. By the way, everybody say hi to my mom, Suzanne Spradling. Everybody. She's awesome. And look, we're doing good. We've got 20 people watching and 14 thumbs up. So that's awesome. Keep giving the thumbs up. Keep sharing. Thank you guys, by the way, all of you who are so wonderful and are so good about watching this. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of you who share this with your friends and your co-workers and your other motorcycle people. Thank you so much. We are almost 10,600 subscribers. Yes, we are doing the battle. Yes, I have a place now. Zach and Leandra are moving into their house, and they have I'm not going to disclose exactly what's going on, but trust me, it's going to happen in their house once they get moved in, and it's theirs. And it's not like, yeah, we got to make once the closings are done, we're going to do it. Let's see. Bruce Kennedy, after going through your Ray, I was sold and looked at the price of real estate and decided not going to be moving there. Yeah, you're raising nuts. Well, Colorado's nuts. I just run black roundy things with random pokey things on them. Brady Metter, you say that, and that's true, but you never ride. And you don't even go to Idaho when you have basically a free trip. So everybody give Brady a hard time. He had the opportunity for coming up with me. All you had to do was get to Colorado. So it wasn't totally free. You had to get to Colorado, which is a long way. And then he had a completely free trip all the way up there and back. And all you would have to do is help pay for food. And that was it. And so Brady, boo on Brady. But the upside is that Foxy Bibbs came and it was awesome. So let's see. Mike Klinger, IRC JX8. I haven't seen that. No chunking hooks up great. I'll send you a picture later with two. Oh, awesome, Mike. I'm excited to see that. CC Wright. Hey, with Zach, or you do that hot chip challenge on here? I don't know. Maybe we should. I don't actually. I bet we would, because both Zach and I like hot things. It'd be awesome. I'm no Brady. You're no mooch. It wasn't a mooch. I was offering it. I wanted you to come so bad. It wasn't like, yeah. Let me make that really clear. Brady wasn't asking for anything. I offered it to him, and he still turned me down, and it made me sad. I cried a lot. See, Bike Vault. Hey, Morgan, have you used lithium batteries? Answer is yes on that. My 300 DXC has one, but after a few start stalls during enduro, dies fast and loses all power. After a few miles, I might have enough to get 2 starts. Bike Vault, that sounds like maybe you got a bad one. My lithium battery in my 300 has been going for a very long time. I gotta check. I think it's still the same one that's been in there for almost the entire time I've owned the bike. The thing about lithium batteries, and someone else can chime in here, there are good ones and bad ones. And I don't mean, well, I'm sure there are blems, from the factories. Like even the good manufacturers make bad ones every now and then, but you definitely get what you pay for on lithium batteries. The cheap ones that are like 60, 70, 80 bucks, I have had nothing but bad luck with those. In the past, they've been just like, anyway, I had a lot of problems with them. But then on the flip side, if you spend the money for an EarthX or AntiGravity, I've had really, really good luck. Now, I'm sure there's lots of people out there who've gotten bad ones from those companies, but I've had great luck with those. So, Chris Cooley, Brady, you had a free trip. I was being rolled out of ACL surgery the day everyone was driving up and would have killed to go. Chris Cooley, thank you. What's the deal with the balance trainer and the dirt brake frame you posted on FB? What do they use to hold the bottom? I'd like to build my own. Oh, great. Dude named Eric. That is awesome. I'm glad you said something. Someone's dinging me here. I want to make sure it's Mike Klinger. Show me a picture. Let's see. See if I can if I can make this, let's see. There's Mike Klinger's picture of his JX8 with 280 miles. That looks good. I mean, definitely worn down, but that does look good. So there you go. Thanks, Mike. If you guys haven't checked it out on Facebook, make sure you check out our page. John Kramer built us a balance trainer out of a motorcycle frame. I'll give you the quick backstory. John Kramer is friends with Brock Hepler. And if you don't know who Brock Hepler is, I feel bad for you. You should go back and look and Google. And anyway, so he's friends with Brock Hepler. He built Brock Hepler a balance trainer years ago when Brock was still racing professionally, and in the mix. And it's basically dirt bike frame, and the foot pegs are welded on so they don't flip and flop at all. Triple clamps are on, and he's got this system of clamping it down so it holds it, whatever. And then handlebars, and that's it. And well, actually, he puts levers and stuff so you can kind of keep your fingers on the levers and more mimic actually riding a dirt bike. So he built that thing for Brock years ago, and Brock recently came to him because, like I said, they're friends. Said, "Hey, I want you to build me another one because I think Brock's training guys now, and he said, I want you to build me another one." So he brought him a bunch of parts, and there were enough parts for two. So John built Brock one, and then he asked Brock if he could build one for us. It's super cool out of the other parts and give it to us. And Brock was kind enough to say yes. So he built us another one, and that's one of Brock's like pro RMZ frames. It's got his little AMA Pro license number on it and everything. It's really, really cool. And there will be lots of videos of lots of people riding that thing, which is going to be so awesome. It's incredibly hard. I was fiddling with it last night. I stayed late to shoot a video about it and some other things. And it's super hard. So Eric, what he uses on the bus, so it's a spring. It's a shock spring, and it's cut down. It's it's short, and like if you want it hard, like the thing to be harder to balance on, you get a longer spring. It just anyway, whatever. So he's got it cut and welded to a plate, and obviously welded to the frame, and then the base is just a bunch of channel, like U-channel, welded together, and then on the bottom of the plate he's got a bolt welded, and then a nut, and it goes through one of the U-channels and bolts it on. And so Eric, just stay tuned because I've got the whole video of me putting it together, so you'll see. It's really cool. Yeah. So anyway, thank you, John. It's so cool. Let's see. Anti-gravities. Yeah, Gary M. If you went from AGM battery to lithium battery, you may need an adjustable regulator and bump the charge rate up to 15 from 13. There you go, Bruce. Bruce is right about that. But I think actually Bike Vault's bike came with a lithium, and so it just, who knows, it could be bad. Let's see. Brady says, guys, I would have loved to go. However, kids that play sports and have stuff going on 5 days a week during the week, it's impossible to get someone to shuttle them to and from practice. Fair enough, Brady. You know I was giving you a hard time. I love you to death. Good afternoon from Sweden, Daniel. Nice to see you. Big fan. Thank you. Learn lots from your workshop and get inspired from writing videos. Thanks, Daniel. Thank you very much. And thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Mike Barnado, it will be something to do while I wait. Yes, to talk to the shop. That's the tip, Mike. That's the goal with the balance bike is so it's going to stay at the shop. I'm going to get the kids on it a bunch because it'll help with their balance and get them standing up better and all that. I'm going to work on it for my balance. And then it's going to be a rad thing for people that come in because it's like I said, it's actually much harder than it looks, and it'll be great for people to hang out and goof off, whatever. And then we may work in some sort of deal with discounts on parts and things like that, depending on how long you can go without touching your foot down or the frame down. So stay tuned for tons of things. I also already told Leandra that she has to balance on it for 10 minutes a day without touching anything to get paid. So that's awesome. Oh, Mike Coles, what was your favorite Idaho trail area from your trip? Thanks, Mike Coles, who spends lots of time up in Idaho also. My favorite trail was Bass Creek. That thing is gnarly. That's the video I have, point of view, and of me. Like there's a video of me struggling, super struggling on a section. And part of the struggle came from the, it was, so, okay, back up. That trail is legit hard, period. Now, part of this like extra struggle for me and for all, I mean, honestly, Foxy Bibbs was off his bike pushing like it, whatever. It was for real. Jeremy Massey, who is definitely the best rider in the whole group, crashed and fell. I mean, like it's a for real trail. So, but part of that came from it was day 3 for us of hammering, and so we were all tired. Jeremy was the least tired because that dude, like he he rides all summer long every day anyway, whatever. But yeah, it was just a beatdown, and that, but it is so pretty. It goes up to this lake that is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And up to this pass and goes to that place where I took that picture of the bike. That what place that I took is you get to a pass, and then there's this little trail up to this peak, and the peak is literally only big enough for one motorcycle to barely sit on it. And anyway, whatever, is awesome. So, and Mike Coles, there's no way I'd ride that thing by myself. No way. Barnado, yes, no tire left. It, yeah. So, Bruce Kennedy. So, how angry will Zach get on the balance trainer and having his wife work for free? There's Jeremy Massey right there. He's online. What is up, brother? There he is. Where are you right now, Jeremy? Are you in Utah riding? So Jeremy spends all summer riding with his old man because his old man's paralyzed from the waist down. And so Jeremy works really, 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 really hard in Massachusetts all the rest of the year, 7 days a week. So he saves up a bunch of money, and then he grabs his dad, throws him in the travel trailer, and they go ride all over the West. So and I was lucky enough to meet him and get to ride in Rico last year and then hang out. So he's in Ogden, Utah right now. Awesome. See, so Bruce, Zach might get pretty angry. The good thing is that Leia makes him happy. And Brady, that trail makes me glad I didn't go too hard. Only want easy trail with no bumps in the road. Oh, you'd have loved it. It was, guy was a handful. That trail, Bass Creek, is definitely in the very tip top of hardest trails I've ridden. And it's just a mix. Like what makes it so hard is like elevation. It's not, it's Idaho, so nothing super, super tall there, but elevation definitely plays in. And then it was really loose and dry. And then it was just, yeah, it's just awesome. And it's just like in between the obstacles are kind of tough sections. And then it's funny, Jeremy can attest, we were on the Build Art map, there's a thing that says AAA only or AAA uphill. And we were trying to figure out what that was because it's kind of hard to tell from Bill's maps what's uphill and downhill in places because you can't see the topo line markings very well. So anyway, it was like, and we're like looking at it, and anyway, the scale's kind of large, so you're trying to see, anyway, whatever. So it's kind of hard to tell. And so we finally got a definitive answer from my buddy Sean Smith. He had posted on a Facebook page which way to go. So we went that way, and we got through that first section that was super hard. We're like, okay, that's got to be it. And then we got to the second section, and then it's like, okay, that's got to be the hard part. That's got to be the hardest part. And we're going up it. And then we got another section. It was like, okay, no, that's the hard part. And it turns out none of those were the hard part. It was back off the other side going down this other ridiculous thing off the backside that was just like, oh my gosh, I was so happy to be going down it. I don't know that there's any way you could possibly, I don't know, do it. Like going up it, I'm sure that Graham Jarvis and Manuel Lettenbickler and all those guys could ride up it. Guys with much more talent than me, but it was brutal. So yeah, it was gnarly. Did we have any fires on the trail? I don't know what you're talking about. No, we did not have any fires. And you're laughing. I'm not sure. Um, we see. Roger heard I'm red with Brady. So C. Smith asks, how did the Kriega bags work out? They were brilliant. I am a huge fan. I filmed a review video of it last night at the shop. Really big fan of those Kriega saddlebags. I never thought I would like saddlebags on a dirt bike ever. After watching many people ride with them and honestly thinking like, there's no way I'd ride with those. I'm sold. Those things are awesome. I'm still not going to ride with them like on just normal Thursday night rides and little short trail rides. I'm not going to do that because I just don't need to carry that much stuff. But on a huge, oh, Brady, I forgot about your mower fire. I'll get there, and I'm sorry I'm laughing, but that was ridiculous. No, we did not have anything like that. So yeah, I never thought I would like those things, but when we were in Idaho, I needed to carry at least 2 bottles of fuel because like the first day we went 90 miles with like no gas stop. So definitely no way. In fact, I gave some away and I still was super close to getting not getting back. But then also I was able to take stuff out of my pack and put it into the bags and take a little weight off my back, which was awesome. And yeah, just a lot more confidence in going way out there. And honestly, I never ever noticed that they were on there. It was awesome. Like I seriously it never even crossed my mind, even like going up the really hard stuff and paddling. And I thought my legs would be hitting the bags and it didn't. My buddy Foxy Bibbs, he's run the Mojave bags, which are also really nice from Giant Loop. Very nice bags. But he actually liked my bags better because he was hitting his legs on his bags, just the way the orientation, which the orientation they have is good for some things, but I guess his legs were hitting and my legs weren't. So I was super stoked. So Mike calls, what did you carry or how did you organize replacement for the vest? So Mike, you could, I think, call it a replacement for the vest on some things. The thing is, obviously, I want water on my back. Also, I like to have tools available without having to take things off. Like I don't want to have to sift through a bunch of stuff to get to like an 8 or a screwdriver or just the simple stuff, right? I mean, not like, there's a lot of stuff you might as well just take your time. But so definitely not a replacement for the vest. But the way I did it is in my bags, I had a fuel bottle on each side. One side had my rain jacket, which is bigger. The other side had an extra pair of gloves, a chainsaw chain, which I ended up taking the chainsaw off the bike because we talked to a bunch of people and they said, it's all clear. And then food in that side. So that kind of balanced it out. And it was really nice to have that all in there and not on my back. Oh, and excuse me, on the right side, my first aid kit came out of my pack and in there. So it was really nice to have that. Like I really, really liked it. Definitely not a replacement, but an addition for big trips for sure. And I love the modular nature of the Kriega ones versus the Mojaves. The Mojaves are awesome, but they're locked in. Like that's the size you get no matter what. It's really, you can add to the top. But anyway, the Mojave bags are awesome. I'm not talking crap at all on Giant Loop. They make amazing stuff. But I do like the Kriega better. And Foxy Babies, who had the Mojaves on, we discussed, and he liked the Kriegas better too. So, yeah, they're awesome. Adam, you need to bring Meeker Extreme so you can mooch fuel. No kidding, Adam. Like, no kidding. Mike P, I'll call you today at shop. Possibly, can you take a bike back with you? Upgrades. Yeah, Mike, take a bike back with me. I'm not. I don't know. Oh, from Monte Vista. Yeah, dude, I can totally get. Well, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna have all 3 bikes, and I'm not planning on taking the hitch gear. Mike, call me. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Biker Sasquatch says, I honestly never noticed my saddlebags. He's got the same ones I do. Hitting your legs on them would suck. Yeah, like, and I never, like, I take that back. There was one time I was almost flipping over backwards in a situation, and my leg flew way back, and I did touch the bag. I know I felt it hit, but I honestly, if anything, it might have helped keep me on the bike. But it didn't ever distract me from the job at hand. So, Mike Cole, highly recommend for big Idaho trips. I will probably, the next time I run them, I will probably pull more stuff out of my vest and put it in there just to lighten things up, because it was really nice to have it light. Like, probably take my big tool kit, my tool roll out of the low part and chuck that in there. The other reason I still like to have a vest is since I'm a YouTuber, I can't believe that's a thing. But since I do YouTube videos, I like to keep my batteries and my phone up in my pocket. So I got to have some way to carry stuff up where I can get to it. So not a replacement for the vest, but it was awesome. What other questions you guys have about Idaho? I can't recommend getting up there. Smiley Creek Lodge, huge shout out to Smiley Creek Lodge. They are amazing, and the campground was phenomenal. The lodge is the only gas for a long way. Stanley's the closest gas, and it's 21 miles away. Ketchum's 40 miles back behind, south and to the east, and it's got gas, but that's whatever. So Gabe got gas. Amazing ice cream. Seriously, super good ice cream. A great restaurant. We ate dinner there twice. It was so good. And then they have, like, the RV sites are awesome. The tent camping even has power and water, which is crazy. And then Brady called me YouTube superstar. Oh, you're funny. Brady, thank you so much for those forks. Let me know when that headlight gets there, and let me know how that works, because that looks awesome. I'm really interested. So sorry, that's hilarious. Anyway, they have a shower house for everybody there. They have cabins and yurts if you want to do that. But the camping is awesome. It's on green grass. And I think we're the only people in the valley allowed to have a campfire, because A, we're on private property. B, it's like cut to the ground grass and whatever, and watered and whatever. But then also, the fire restrictions for the county were that you could have a fire, but it had to have like a cover, like a wire cover, like a spark arrestor, basically. And Kevin O'Laughlin, that's the rigid headlight we're talking about, and Brady's getting one. I shipped it to him. It's our trade for the forks. So, so we had a camp, and they had, I don't know, 8 cords of wood, split firewood. They're like, yeah, take as much as you want. They were super cool. The owners, just amazing folks. So yeah, I can't recommend Smiley Creek Lodge enough. And I forget what we paid. I think for RV site, it was, I want to say it was like 50, 60 bucks. I don't know a night. I forget, honestly. It didn't matter to me. Like, it wasn't enough to shy me away. Let's put it that way. The tent camping's even cheaper. I don't know what the cabins cost, but it's just brilliant. So really, really cool place. And then the last night we were there, they had live music out on the deck. They had this beautiful deck with sunshades and just like, yeah, whatever. It was such a nice thing. It was just really, really great. So highly recommend that. Mike Coles asked how the Motovan did. It did amazing. There was 2 of us in it. We took the seat out, the bolted on mount for the bikes out. The seat I took out before I left, but the bolted on mount for the bikes I took out once we got there. Had clear pass through front to rear. It was awesome. I slept up top. Bib slept down below. There was plenty of room, plenty warm. It was getting down to 34 at night. We had a little electric heater that Jeremy gave us. Thanks, Jeremy, or let us use. And so that way we could run it all night and not worry about the gas or anything like that. So it was awesome. Gary, did you get a cheap rate as an influencer? No, I did not. They have no idea who I am. It's Smiley Creek Lodge, which is why I like it. Yeah, Bruce Kennedy, if he carries your bike back on the hitch carrier, get it in writing. We will check. It's still there often. That's awesome. Bruce, if I carried anybody's bike back, my bike would be on the hitch carrier. So Kevin, have you used that rigid thing and does it work like they say? So guys, we'll moving this to the next topic. The new rigid headlight is really interesting. I worry a little bit about it because it does have a lot of complexity that I can't imagine that it would actually cause a problem because I think if it failed, it would just be a normal light. But anyway, super cool. It's got a GPS in it or something. And when it tells speed, and when you get up to higher speed, the beam narrows and throws further. And when you slow down, it widens and gets closer. And it's I don't think there's anything moving on it. I don't know, Kevin, chime in. I don't think anything's moving. I think it's just like it changes which lenses. We talked to him in Vegas, and I don't know. It's really cool. So Brady's getting one. It's on the way as we speak. So we'll check in with him once he gets it and be ready to go. And Roger heard, I need to get a camera back. I have a camera back there. I just got to figure out how to turn it on and off without putting the thing in reverse. Jeff Elmore saw the Ridgelight demo at King of the Hammers. Looked awesome. It does look really cool. Super bright, super bright light. So yeah, I'm excited. It could be a game changer so that you don't have, I'm still probably going to want to run a helmet light for going fast, like through at night. But the helmet light, the key is it lights up close to you and you can look through the turns. The rigid won't be able to do that. So, but it looks really cool. It's expensive too. I think they're $700 retail. Bruce, it's crazy pricey. I also don't know if it'll run on the AC setup that that I run on my KTMs, because I don't mess with the stator. I just run the normal AC power to them, and I use the Baja Designs little box that Motor Minded uses. That's got a little capacitor and regulator rectifier in it to, so you don't have to run it off the battery. I doubt that rigid thing will run like that. I'm sure it needs a battery. Yeah, Roger heard. He's not testing. He purchased a light. He paid way too much for a light, really, because I got a really nice set of forks out of the deal. But I am excited though to hear what Brady says, because I think it's a cool idea, and if it really, really works, I'd be willing to do the stator on the 300 and have that set up, because the 125, it's ready to rock as far as having a light on it, because it's got AC power, because it's not stupid TPI. That's one here. Let me go. One more thing I don't like about the TPI bikes is that they don't have a freaking wiring harness for lights. The TXs don't have a freaking wiring harness, or TX and XCs, excuse me, don't have a wiring harness for lights anymore. Like my 125, because it's carbureted and old, has the little plugs for a light. Just plug a light in like normal. It's awesome. I know the W's do, but like, give me a break. I want one on the whatever. Anyway, so come on, KTM, come on. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah. Anyway, the light seems really cool. I'm excited about it. What other questions you guys have about Idaho, about dirt bikes, about whatever, Colorado? Next event is the Death March, September 18th, up in the mountains, Taylor Park area. Going to be a beatdown, going to be close to 200 miles. Usually it's over 200 miles. We're cutting out a bunch of road, but we're adding in some single tracks. So like, I don't know if we're going to hit 200 miles, but it's going to be a big day. I'm sure it'll go into the night. So it's going to be rad. If you're interested, hit me up, Morgan at Highland-Cycles.com. And let me know if you're in. I got the tracks all done because we didn't get it done last year. So we're going to do it this year. We're camping up near Spring Creek Reservoir. And yeah, it's going to be rad. The engineers are listening in Austria. Yeah. Thanks, man. Gary M, see you next week, dude. Speaking of influencers, sorry, I am so not I hate that word anyway, but I'm sad, Brady, that you're not coming. I know, but I'm excited for why you're not coming, because Endurocross in Tulsa, that's going to be awesome. I'm sad that you're not going to make it, but C. Smith, 2019 250 XC carb with Electron versus 2020 300 XCW TPI, same cost, same condition. Which one? You know what I'm going to say, Chris. Get the carbureted bike. Yeah, I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I think everybody here knows my opinions. But C. Smith, I can say that my buddy Foxy Bibbs, who is an amazing rider, loves technology, loves like things to be awesome. He just recently hunted down a 19XC because he didn't want a carbureted bike. Jeremy Massey, I don't know if Jeremy's still here. He's probably boogieing out to go ride with his pops. But he won't. Yeah. When you go way out into the weeds, way out into the middle of nowhere, it is really nice to have a motorcycle that you completely 100% trust and know that you could probably fix out there. So that's my favorite. Bruce Kennedy, instigator, 100%. Let's see. Right on, Todd Rowe. Future Faith is also my buddy Todd Rowe. I just started watching you in Edmond, so they got a Bob Mills furniture ad. That is hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. But anyways, as speaking of influencers, I am going riding with an influencer on Monday. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't know if I'm even filming, because I don't know if I don't know. I don't know. I've never met him. I know his friends, so I think he's a super rad dude, but I don't know what the story is on whether I'll be filming or anything like that. So make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. Also, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this later, big news, influencer stuff. Here we go. But actually more like test crasher rider stuff. Here we go. I just got off the phone yesterday with a manufacturer, not of motorcycles, but of things. And they called me. I have a very good relationship with them anyway. It's not like I'm some fancy guy and they see my videos. I've known them for a long time. They got a hold of me and they want me to test something that is this close to coming out and give them feedback and stuff like that. So, guys, I can't tell you what it is. They told me to keep it in the wraps until they go public with it. It should be, I hope, really soon. So I will be filming everything and like making opinions and testing and beating and whatever and all that stuff. I won't be posting the videos until they say go. But again, I hope that's going to be very soon. And I'm really, really excited about this thing. So make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. There's actually a real guy that's testing something, not someone who's getting paid. I am getting them for free, but I'm definitely not getting paid. And I have a long history of being very honest with this manufacturer. So they know that whatever I say is real and not just me blowing smoke. So I'm excited. Biker Sasquatch, it is rad. Bruce Kennedy, happy Labor Day to you. I got to go. Zach and Leandra are not at the shop today because they're moving into their new house. I'm so excited for them. They're moving to Delta, Colorado, 40 minutes closer to the shop. Really excited about that. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Brady, I'm far from Mr. Big Time, and you know that. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for watching live and later. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all to death. I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels. And sorry, I got hung up there because Kevin O'Loughlin said testing the new Triumph. No, man, do I wish that was me, but no. Jim Nash, you're so Jim Nash, mile markers, New Year's. You freaking better be there. That's the next episode of Ride the World, so be there. I don't think I'm in Wikipedia yet, Bruce. So anyway, I love you guys. Punk Rock Club, thank you for sticking around. I forgot to mention you in some of the other videos. I love you guys so much. Anyway, as you know what I was going to say. I hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on and get out and ride your dirt bikes.